This video will walk you through the process of finding local level data from the Minnesota Student Survey on risk and protective factors that are associated with suicidal ideation, attempt, and self-harm. From the Minnesota Department of Education's Data Center website, simply select Data Reports and Analytics. Scroll down to the bottom to find Minnesota Student Survey Reports 2013 to 2019. This webpage will share a bit more information about what the Minnesota Student Survey is and which grade levels are surveyed. On the Minnesota Department of Health's suicide prevention webpage, there is a PDF of a brief that lists the risk and protective factors from the Minnesota Student Survey that are associated with suicidal ideation and attempt. And that brief will share a bit more information about how strongly each of those factors is associated with suicidal ideation and attempt. In this video, we won't walk through each of those risk and protective factors, but just share a little bit of information about how to find them. At the level, you can drill down to either the county or district level. For this example, we'll select the Anoka-Hennepin Public School District. You can find data on this website from 2013 through 2019. The 2022 Minnesota Student Survey is currently in the field, and those data should become available on this site in 2023. Where you'll find risk and protective factor measures are peppered throughout the various categories available on this page. Again, we're not going to walk through each of these, but we're just going to take a look at some. I would encourage you to take a look at that PDF brief with the list of risk and protective factors and dig around on the site to see where you can find each of them. We're going to start by taking a look at family and relationships. And importantly, we're going to take a look at either grades 8, 9, or 11, as the Minnesota Student Survey doesn't ask fifth graders about suicidal ideation and attempt. We're going to go ahead and select grade 9. So in this first set, we can see the percentage of Anoka-Hennepin School District 9th graders who responded to the question about how much they feel their parents care about them. And we find that this is a measure that's strongly associated with suicidal ideation and attempt. And there's a couple of different ways you could frame the data when using it for planning or sharing it with community partners. So for example, if you combine the percentage of students who reported that they think their parents care about them very much or quite a bit, you could use that to frame it as a protective factor. Conversely, if you shared data on the combined percentage of students who felt that their parents care about them some, a little, or not at all, that could be used to frame it as a risk factor. What's important if you're taking a look at all of the factors that contribute to suicidal ideation and attempt, that you want to frame them the same way so that you know if a large percentage is a good thing or a not so good thing. Another category to take a look at for some risk and protective factors is mental health. So this page will share data, again, on Anoka-Hennepin 9th graders. And it includes information about students reporting long-term mental, behavioral, and emotional problems, students reporting past 2-week depressive symptoms and anxiety symptoms as risk factors that we know to be associated with suicidal ideation and attempt. But the mental health category also provides some protective factors, namely items that get at a positive sense of identity from the Search Institute's developmental assets. Another category to explore for some risk and protective factors is the risk factor tab. We're just going to take a look at this quickly. One thing of note, a lot of communities are taking a look at and working on reducing and preventing adverse childhood experiences. So these are measures of household youth substance use, mental illness, domestic violence, physical and verbal and sexual abuse. And what this page provides you are data for each of these individual adverse childhood experience items, but also relatively new to the dashboard, you can find data on the ACE score. So this is the percentage of students who are reporting experiencing one of the adverse items, all the way up to students experiencing 4 or more. So this can be a helpful tool for finding information. But again, we encourage you to just click through those different categories using that brief to find the different risk and protective factors for your area to see which ones really resonate and are showing a need for prevention efforts.